With efforts to bring a planned upstate nuclear power plant to the North Country, Assemblyman Scott Gray gathered experts and local leaders last night for what he dubbed Advanced Nuclear 101. 7 News reporter Mark Mason was there, and he'll tell us what North Country leaders want to know.
With the possibility of building a new nuclear power plant in the North Country, local leaders have questions. Questions they asked during Assemblyman Scott Gray's Advanced Nuclear 101 seminar Wednesday night. Organizations like the New York Power Authority, Nuclear New York, and Clarkson University discussed everything nuclear power, from how it works to how it benefits a community like the North Country. One question from the audience was about a nuclear plant incident years prior.
It seems like about 5 years ago, the state of New York bailed out a nuclear power plant. I thought at the time, basically, they just paid with tax dollars all the people who were working at that plant to keep it going. And it basically ended up being a public bailout. So I guess I need to hear somebody tell me how that isn't going to happen again.
I think what we're seeing with some of the data centers and the folks that want clean power, they're willing to come up to the table and start to help make things profitable for the utilities.
I think there are different business models that could be applied here, but I agree with you that the government maybe could be a crutch on certain occasions for a number of years, but it cannot be the answer.
One audience member questioned how much water would be required for a new plant and how close it would need to be to a body of water to sustain it.
You have technologies like air-cooled condensers that are being developed to be able to avoid having to use a body of water or be near a body of water for power.
As for how much water would be required, a nuclear engineer in attendance says you could make one in a desert if need be, and folks shouldn't be concerned about contamination. Another question was about the likelihood that the plant, if it came to this area, would be used to power the North Country, or if it would be used to power downstate, given that a zero-emission plant would help downstate lower its carbon emissions.
Do they want to add non-carbon sources down there? That's an important question. But the bigger question may be, can we operate the grid with very little generation in New York City? And that's, I would say, an open question. There are a lot of people working on that. Do we have the capability to do that? That's a work in progress, but I think that would happen.
Where the state will decide to build a plant is likely far from being decided soon. However, after the seminar, several local leaders voiced their hope that it would come here to the North Country. Mark Mason, Jr., 7 News.